Hello, I'm Debbie. I am the summer thrifter. I am a full-time teacher who is part-time reselling on eBay and spending this summer going through to thrift stores and yard sales and picking up items to resell on eBay. I started out selling my homeschool materials that I used to use with my children before we all went back to school, and now I'm selling all kinds of things, new items, vintage items, all kinds of things. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to film any yard sales or even post any videos. So I thought it would be fun for me to run through this last week and a half that I've had. I have made out big time at a couple of yard sales. There was a rummage sale I went to and a community yard sale that was in the parking lot of a school, and then also at Goodwill and another thrift store in my local area. So it's been a great week and a half of some great stuff, and I thought I'd share it with you. There's a couple of things I'm still learning and realizing once I get it home, it looks good. I think I'm gonna do great with it. I didn't check myself when I was picking it up, and it turns out I'm not probably gonna make a huge profit on these things, but I'll still make a little bit on some of these items. So most of these items I'll make a good profit, and there's a couple that were a little bit of a bummer. So I'm gonna start with this Vera Bradley crossbody bag. I believe it's called the Libby crossbody, and it's really, really cool. It's this owl print, if you can see that. And it's in really great condition. The inside is clean, the outside is clean, there's no stains. The strap is in great shape, and it can be, adjusted to be able to be full crossbody or just over your shoulder. So this is great. I found this at the community yard sale. I paid $2 for this, and I'm pretty sure I can get about $18, maybe up to $25 on this one on eBay. The next thing that I found was this false graph mixing bowl. It's one of the large mixing bowls with the spout and the handle. And I believe this stripe pattern is called juniper. At least that's what I'm gathering from my research. I could be wrong. You can comment down below if I am wrong. But it's made in the USA, so it's a vintage false graph, and it's really in excellent shape. No chips, cracks, not even any staining, and very little, if any, utensil marks on the inside. So this is really great. Again, $2 for this, and I'm pretty sure I can get $20 for it. And then this is adorable. This is one of my favorite things that I found. So this is a what is it called? Flambro? I'm not familiar with it, but it's a music box. So Flambro is, I believe, music box company, I don't know. It's vintage. It's really cute. It's got the mother owl and the little baby owl in there, if you see that. And when you wind it up and the music plays, the baby owl peeps out. How sweet is that? So that's gonna be playing in the background for a little bit. But there's that. I paid $1.50 for this, and it's gonna go for about $15 to $20. Then I found with it too was this vintage owl figurine. It's just a basic owl sitting on a branch, and it's in great shape. It's really cool. It's got good detail on the eyes and the face. It was made in Taiwan. This one's not gonna go for as much. I paid $1.50 for this one also, but I'm probably gonna, get maybe $7 to $10 for this one. So it's not a huge profit, but it came in a group with that awesome music box, so I just went for it. Let's see, I have this figurine. This is a Russ and Wallace Berry Company figurine. You probably know these. These are vintage, like 1970s little things, I guess, gifts that people would get for each other. This one says, "There's a word for a person like you, terrific." So super cute. This one I'm not sure about. I only paid $1 for this one. It goes online for maybe $5, but when I got it home, I didn't look very well. It's got like this pink on there. I've tried to kind of scrub it off. It's not coming off. So I'm not sure if this one's gonna sell at all. If not, I paid $1 for it. I'll just donate it to Goodwill or something if it doesn't sell. But I'm going to put it in my store, see how it does. I probably only get about $5. So this is one of those that I should have checked before I picked it up, and I should have looked to make sure that it didn't have any markings on it, like that pink stain that's on there. The next thing is, this is pretty cool. I found this at a church rummage sale. This is an Amway Queen Series saucepan. I believe it's the 2-quart saucepan. It has the lid. It's in great shape. It needs to be cleaned up a bit. I just haven't gotten around to cleaning it up yet. And that I paid $1 for, and that one goes for $30 to $35. So I'll probably price it closer to $30 and go from there. Maybe I'll price it for $35. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I actually list that. The next thing is another one that I didn't quite look closely enough when I got it. I was just excited to see them. These are Hunter rain boots. You're probably familiar with the company Hunter, with the brand Hunter. These are in really nice shape. The insides are like fairly clean, like doesn't look like they've been worn, or like the person who owned these were super clean. I only paid $5 for these, and a used pair go for about $25 to $30. The problem is I've got this peeling situation on the outside of the boot. I don't know if you can see that very well. But that I'm hoping I can clean up a little bit, and maybe it could just be dirt, or it kind of does look like it's like the outside matte finish on here that might be peeling off. So this might go for more for like $15, and that's still a little bit of profit. That's fine. But for some reason, I just did not see it. It was really hot that day, and the sun was kind of beating down on them. I don't know if that's what did it. Maybe the sunshine and the heat of that day did that, and then, or being out in that heat made, might have like melted it or whatever, and so it wasn't visible till I got it home into the air conditioning. So there's that. I also found, this is a kind of an interesting story. I found these vintage brass candlesticks. They're really, really cool. They have these feet on the bottom, kind of like claw feet. And so I saw these at one thrift store, and that thrift store wanted $7.99 for each of them. I thought that was a little too high, so I left them there. I went to a second thrift store, which was a Goodwill, and they wanted $3.99 each. So that's what I did. So I paid $8 for these, and I could probably get $25 for them. I could maybe even list them for $30 and then go from there. I think those will sell well. Those tend to go well. I've sold brass candlesticks before, and they've done really, really well. The next thing that I got was I was super excited about were these valances. Now I'm gonna have trouble showing you the whole thing because they're very long. They're 84 inches long, but this is the brand. Is it Crosskill or Crosskill? I'm not sure how to say that, but these are made in USA. These are vintage. They're really cool. I'm imagining this is like 1990s maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but they're this really pretty floral with a ribbon pattern on it. And of course, your curtain rod would go through this part, so you'd have a little bit of a ruffle at the top. And then even like, those like balloon valances, where you can stuff things in, you can do that in these too if you wanted. So you can use them straight, ruffled, or even balloon them out or puff them out. I was able to find 4 panels of these, all 84 inches wide and, or long, I guess I should say, 84 inches long. And I paid $2.99 a piece, and I can get probably $25 a piece. So I probably will list them together as the 4 panels, and I'll probably ask maybe 80 to 90 for the grouping and see, go from there. The next one, let me look here, is I thought it was really cool. I don't think it's gonna go quite as nicely as I thought. So I found this stoneware chestnut roaster. This is Williams-Sonoma. It's a super stone baker. It also says sassafras on the back. It's made in the USA, and the copyright there is 1993. has a little bit of scuffing on there, but I don't think it's ever been used. It does not look used on the inside at all. And it comes with instructions for how to use it and a Williams-Sonoma like little blurb there. So I paid $4.99 for this, and it's probably gonna go for $10. So this is another one. I should have looked it up when I was in the store, but I was like, ooh, Williams-Sonoma, and I went like that. So just be careful with those things, because that was not the wise choice, but it's okay. It will be fine. Another one that I should have looked up while I was in the store. This is really cute. I can't pick the whole thing up because it's multiple pieces, but it's this sweet like ceramic nativity set. So you have little baby Jesus there, and here's Mary. It's super glossy, almost like lusterware. I know it's not lusterware, but you know, it's super glossy like that. So it's super cute. Their faces are really cute, I think. So there's Joseph and a shepherd, and then you've got the three wise men there, and there's a sheep and a cow, and then there is an angel, which is super cute. All of these are in great shape. There's no chips, no cracks. I mean, there's not even like any kind of crazing that I can see. If there is, it's super minimal. And then it's got this great wooden plaque that you stack them all on. Now, I found them in like a sealed bag, but I think someone just put them in that sealed bag. I don't think this was new, because it's got quite a few scratches on it and stuff. This is not as old as I thought it was going to be, and it's not as new as I thought it was going to be. So it's got some scratching here. I paid $5.99 for this whole set, and it's probably only going to go for about $12. So I'll double my money, but after fees and stuff, I'm not going to make very much profit on that. It's okay. It's still super cute, and I'm kind of getting more into some Christmassy things because we are getting towards the end of summer, and people are going to be starting to think about Christmas, and so so that hopefully it'll at least sell. And we'll go from there. This I was super excited about because I found one of the famous Pyrex mixing bowls. Now, this is not, part of a set. The sets can go for quite a bit of money, but it's in pretty good shape. It's a little bit faded on the outside, and there's some scratching. The inside also has some scratching, so it's not like it's not in perfect shape at all, but it's still in pretty good shape. It has the Pyrex on the bottom there, and made in USA, and the oven safe on there. All that stuff is all on the bottom there. So this bowl by itself, I paid $2.99 for it, and I can probably get $10 to $15 for it, maybe even a little bit more. We'll see how that one goes. The next one is this vintage Corningware. This is the cornflower blue pattern, and it's the 6-cup coffee pot. Now, the inside is a little iffy. I'm not sure. I tried to scrub that out, and it did not come out. So, but it has its lid there, and so there's a little bit of scratching also in the lip of the pot because of where, the lid has scratched as it goes on and off. So I paid $3.99 for this. Now, with the iffiness of the inside, I'm seeing that this goes for about $20, maybe even up to $35, but I'll probably price it lower, like down towards the $20 mark, because it's not in like pristine shape. It's in pretty good shape, but that staining on the inside is a little bit unfortunate. So, but it's still, $3.99 to $20 is a pretty good profit. All right, this is my favorite thing that I picked up, and I don't know if I'm going to list it because I love it so much. My family thinks I'm crazy, but I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but I love it. All right, this pot, it is so cool. You could use it as like a vase with maybe, I would probably use fake flowers in here. Maybe you could do real. I'm not sure what you'd use it for because it doesn't have a lid, and it does not look like it would have had a lid. There's not like a lip for a lid to sit on. but this beautiful like navy dark blue finish. I don't know if you can see it. It's so pretty. This glaze here is so pretty. And then you've got a cow and a pig, a goose and a rooster stacked on top of each other here. And then on the back of it is this lone little sheep. It's so cute. It's beautiful. It's redware and it's made by Earthen Vessel, which I believe is a company, it says here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've not heard of them before. The date on here says 1994, and I'm imagining these might be the initials of the artists who worked on this piece or designed this piece. I paid $3.99 for this beautiful pot, and I probably could get at least $20 for it, maybe even more. I've seen some other earthen vessel pieces go for, for that $20 mark, but they've been a lot smaller, either like a smaller flower vase or even just like a tile. They go for about $20, whereas this is a pretty hefty size. I did not measure it, so I'm not exactly sure, but I would say that's at least 6 to 7 inch opening there, and then it's probably a good like 7.5 to 8 inches tall. So it is just, I love this thing. I'm gushing over it because I absolutely love it. So we'll see if I list it. My husband's suggesting that I list it and then just put it on display in the house until it sells. I might do that. So it's just beautiful and I absolutely love it. The next thing that I found was this wedding vase by Cedar Mesa. I should have looked up where Cedar Mesa is located, and I didn't do that before I made this video. So this has a tag on it that explains the legend of the wedding vase, and so this is a really cool like gradient here, color going from the teal down through like kind of the periwinkle purple down to even like a dark dusty purple or even like a brown color there. It's really, really pretty. So this I paid $2.99 for, and this one might go as much as $25. So it's really cool. And then I was able to find a second Cedar Mesa pot. This one is, I feel like this one, the colors on this one are even cooler. It reminds me of a sunset. So these sunset kind of colors here. It's a bud vase. So in this one, I also paid $2.99 for. I think this will only go for $18. I think the wedding vases are kind of, because of the tradition of what the wedding vase stands for, which is on the back here, that a part of the ancient marriage ceremony, the medicine man would prepare a special potion for the young lovers, and the mixture signified the promise of deep love. And then they would seal the promise by drinking the potion simultaneously from the pot. So that's where that legend or tradition came from. So I think these go for a little bit more. So $2.99 for this. I can probably get $18 for this. So still a good profit, just not quite as much as the wedding vase. All right, now I found probably midsummer this year, maybe back in June, I found a 50th anniversary like celebratory Precious Moments figurine. It sold really fast, and I sold it for like $25 or maybe, I can't remember how much, and I'd only paid like $3.99 for it, so I was super excited. So then I kept buying Precious Moments. I need to stop buying Precious Moments. I have quite a few in my store right now, and I picked up 2 more this last week, and it's a flop. They are not going to go for very much, but that's okay. So I have this first one here, which is super cute. It's from, I believe, 1983. Okay, this one is called To a Very Special Sister. Oh my goodness. I just noticed this. Look, her bow is broken. This thing is not worth anything. So I am not going to list this at all. I think this might go in the trash. So, but yeah, there we go. I got too happy about these Precious Moments things. I had done some research and knew that like the 2-figure Precious Moments tended to go well with the Jonathan and David signature on the bottom, but you still have to look them up because it's so hit or miss. And if it's broken, it's not going to be worth anything. So real time, you just found a broken thing that I picked up. Okay, let's do the next one. This is also signed Jonathan and David on the bottom, Precious Moments. This one is 1983 as well. This one is to a very special mom. Super cute, like a little girl dressed up like her mom with this little cat there. So this one I paid $3.99 for, and I'll probably be able to get $10 for it, so it's not a great profit, but that's okay. So we'll see if it sells. I just had success with that one figurine. It got me going, and I was like, oh, these are only $4. Let me try. And then I didn't even check if it was broken. So there's that. So great week and a half of cool things that I found. I'm super excited to get them listed, except for that Precious Moments thing. And I will post on Instagram and on Facebook my daily listings. I try to list daily, but I don't make it. Sometimes I go a full week or week and a half without listing anything on eBay, which is not great for my algorithm. So I'm trying to get a little bit better at that. But I usually take a picture after I've listed some things. I put it out on Instagram and Facebook, so you can check those out as I go to see which one of these items. I have a couple more things that I've picked up, but I've not done the research on them to find out how much they are, so I'm not including them in this video. And then I got some really great like some vintage toys and some vintage like plastic cups from like sporting events and an amusement park, and all of that from my mother-in-law this morning. She's trying to clean out some things, so I'm excited to show you that, but that'll be in a different video. So hopefully these things sell, and I will just be updating Instagram and Facebook to let you know what is listed and then what sells.